Hello again, and thank you for staying with us. We continue here. Flooding has been reported in Centurion and other parts of Pretoria following heavy overnight rain. Tshwane Emergency Services says it reported to multiple incidents, the latest being a drowning in Olievenhoutbosch. Spokesperson Nana Rhadebe joins us for more. Nana, good to have you on the program this evening. So give us a sense of the current impact of this heavy rainfall on roads, especially in Centurion and surrounding parts of Pretoria.
This morning, we received a yellow level 4 warning from the South African Weather Services for severe thunderstorms. And we know when such happens that we will have heavy flow of rainfall, and it might sometimes lead to hail and lightning. We've responded to a number of incidents. This is around Centurion, Hammanskraal, Temba, and Olievenhoutbosch, where even one person died at Olievenhoutbosch. That person drowned. And also around N14, we had responded to a landslide where we'd had to call on the Metro Police to close the road so that we can clear the mud from the road.
Yeah. As you gather your tally or statistics at this point, how many flooding-related incidents has Tshwane Emergency Services responded to so far?
It's in different regions. In Hammanskraal, we've had a number of houses, close to 13 houses. Again, when we go to Temba, we've received about 6 houses. And around Centurion, it was just lots of roads that were flooded. We've even had to call our traffic officers to close off some of the routes. This is around the areas of Centurion where people had to be redirected to take other roads. And we know that we've been alerted that rain would continue. So we're urging public to be very careful. Motorists must be very careful because this is the time when we respond to many incidents.
You speak about traffic officers closing routes there. Can you describe other types of rescue teams or the type of teams you've carried out operations here and what it involves? Does it even involve stranded motorists as well from what you're seeing there?
N1 and N14, this is where we had a landslide. We had teams that had to clean mud from the highway. So teams were there to clean off the mud to ensure that the road is not slippery and vehicles are able to pass through. We've had flooded roads where disaster management has to visit those homes to find out if the houses are accessible, are they able to sleep in tonight, and if there are any things that they would need throughout the night, be it blankets, be it that they need to be moved to other areas. We also had responded to the drowning incident that I spoke about. When we talk about motor vehicles that drive through flooded roads, we need to be careful. A car can be flooded and be swept away, and that's how many people drown when it rains.
I want us to crystallize that point. So we've mentioned the conditions that you've spoken about, slippery and flooded roads as well, Nana. But what are the main dangers that motorists also face when attempting to even drive through flooded roads or bridges?
We know that we have many of our low-lying bridges. This is around Centurion, in the CBD, Vonderboom, Mamelodi, Bronkhorstspruit, and parts of Hammanskraal. You can't just identify and say that how far will my car be able to pass through that flooded road. Some people just take that chance and say, I'm driving this type of a vehicle and I'll be able to pass through. And it's not like that. We rescue most of the people that think that they've driven down those roads and they know the roads very well. But we urge them, when you see a flooded route, take an alternative route. Make sure that you alert emergency services so we can be able to redirect everyone that needs to utilize that route, because that seems to be more of the problems that we're dealing with. People driving in flooded roads, but we are aware that those roads, we have identified high-risk areas. If it rains and it continuously rains, we proactively do go to those areas to continuously check and ensure that if it's flooded, we close off the routes.
Yeah. Following the drowning incident in Olievenhoutbosch, what key safety lessons should residents take from this tragedy?
We urge residents, if you see any flooding, ensure that you call emergency services on 107, because sometimes you'd also want to see, if you see a car being swept away and we live around rivers and lakes and routes that will lead to those rivers. Do not take the chance of saying that as communities you'd want to rescue those people. And as well, when it floods, you see that the road is flooded, your car is about to be swept away. If you can, you'd need to go to a higher place that is safer. And people living in low-lying areas, we had a level 9 warning sometime in November, where we had said people living in low-lying areas next to rivers, they need to move up to higher ground where they can be safe.
With the more wet weather forecast, which areas are currently considered high risk due to flooding and rising water levels?
With the current warnings that we receive, we can't say which area. Hence, I said when we receive a yellow level 4, for the areas of Tshwane, we are speaking about the whole of Tshwane, and there'll be lots of rain, lightning, severe thunderstorms, and it rains very quickly. So which says that the ground will be saturated very quickly, and there'll be running water all over. So we can't say most places. Most places are high risk because they are low-lying areas that are next to rivers. Some are under the bridges. Those are high risk. But if you're driving or staying in anywhere, when we give those warnings, you have to be in the house. Make sure that you don't travel if you don't need to, because the water accumulates very quickly.
Nana, how prepared is Tshwane EMS to deal with continued heavy rainfall in the coming days?
We have specialized teams. We have our swift water rescue team. We have our urban search and rescue team that are on the ground on standby, are waiting to help anyone that would need assistance around this time. We have seen that around this time we respond to many flooding incidents, and we are available 24/7 to assist everyone. Call us on 107 and we'll be there to assist you.
And what role can communities then play in really helping to prevent further emergencies during this rainy period?
Hence, we said that let's avoid driving when it rains continuously. And as well, we say that there's warnings that are given by the South African Weather Services, by emergency services, to say that we're going to have severe thunderstorms, we're going to have hail. Let's all listen to all media houses to get these messages and ensure that we prepare ourselves. Do not go under a tree when there's lightning, because this becomes very dangerous as well. Make sure that you are indoors in a proper place where you won't be exposed to those severe thunderstorms.
Nana, as we get to the tail end of our conversation, I think we should reiterate this earlier point as well. What should residents then do if they encounter flooded roads or even fast-flowing water in the region?
Avoid driving on flooded roads. When it rains, there's water that is passing through. But if you drive where there's a bridge, if you drive to where there's a low-lying area, you'd see that the road is flooded. Avoid driving on flooded roads, and we also have kids that would be playing when it's raining outside. Let's watch for kids as well, because we have stormwater drains that would have water as well around this time. Let's make sure that our kids do not jump or walk through those stormwater drains. And those that would have flooding incidents, they must call us so that we're able to assist without having any drowning incidents.
Nana Rhadebe, thank you so much for your time. She's from the City of Tshwane Emergency Services. Authorities are urging residents to remain vigilant, avoid flooded roads, as you've heard, and flowing water as well, but also to report emergencies immediately. We will have more updates as the situation does develop in Tshwane.